to say that rape is a cultural norm in 21st century America, and to claim that our entire culture condones such a horrific crime, that has no basis in reality.
Caroline Kitchens is a research assistant with the American Enterprise Institute, and in that video and in a recent column in Time magazine, she's been pushing back against the issue you heard Janice Fiamengo talk about earlier in the program, the idea that we're in a rape culture. Caroline joins us now from AEI Studios in Washington. Caroline, I wanted to bring you in. We spoke with Professor Fiamengo. She's at the Canadian level, at the level of professor. You're a bit closer to the student age, and you're looking at the research and what's out there, and you're just saying this is a load of BS.
Absolutely, it is. The idea that American or Canadian college campuses are rape cultures, that's really based on ideology, and it's based on moral fervor and propaganda, and there's really no evidence that it's based on fact.
You know, every time that there's an incident, whether it's Duke Lacrosse or even something like the Frosh Week incidents, where there's a hazing, and we had this, I think it was St. Mary's University in Halifax. They were singing really crude songs, but it was young men and young women together. And they sing really crude songs, yes, lots of sexual content in them, and people come out and say, well, this is a rape culture and we need to stop it. I don't see young women as condoning a rape culture any more than I see young men condoning this idea.
I agree completely, and I think that's one of the major problems with the rape culture label, is that it vilifies all men and assumes that all men are potential rapists who must be trained not to abuse women, and at the same time, all women are fragile victims who can't even hear offensive song lyrics without having panic attacks. So I think that's absolutely what's happening on campuses. You see this very one-dimensional portrayal of rape culture, but that's not actually what's happening.
I want to play you, read something to you that the White House said, and then play you a clip of President Obama, because it's not just academics saying this. The White House says that they will work to empower both women and men to stand up against sexual assault in order to change a culture of passivity and tolerance in this country, which too often allows this type of violence to persist. Here's what President Obama said recently.
It is estimated that 1 in 5 women on college campuses has been sexually assaulted during their time there. 1 in 5.
All right. One, I'd like to get your reaction from the stat. And two, no one that I know condones this. Most men, if you ask them about a woman that they know being raped, whether it's a friend or a family member, they would react violently. They would like to inflict pain on the person that did it. Your response to the president?
Absolutely. First of all, I think it's really unfortunate that President Obama is peddling these statistics that have really been massively discredited. And these are the statistics that you see that are used to fuel the rape culture movement. They say that 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted. But when researchers have taken a really close look at the research, you see that these are advocacy statistics. They're not from responsible organizations. They use extremely elastic and vague definitions of what constitutes sexual assault. And they're wildly at odds with any official crime reports, even if you multiply the numbers by as much as 100 to account for the fact that the majority of rapes are underreported. So I think it's very irresponsible that he's repeating these discredited statistics.
Okay, no one supports rape. We've got less than a minute. What would you say is the #1 thing that could be done to deal with the fact that rape does exist, even if we don't condone it? Instead of vilifying all men, what can we do in a positive way?
I think what we need to do is treat rape like the serious crime it is by sending it to trained law enforcement right away, to focus on improving our criminal justice system, to reach the about 3% of men who are actually responsible for the violent crime of rape, rather than vilifying all men on college campuses and all men who might say an offensive chant or who like looking at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. So I think that the rape culture theory is really misguided, and it's really not likely to help victims of sexual assault.
All right, Caroline Kitchens is with the American Enterprise Institute. Thanks for coming in. We'll chat with you soon, I hope.